All right, alrighty. Are we live? Yeah, I think we are. How you doing, folks? This is Thursday edition of the podcast, and no big setup tonight. I'm actually streaming this on my iPad because my computer, even though I have it turned on and whatnot, the streaming software I usually use, it isn't working, but their Apple is supposed to be coming out with a new operating system soon um, for the Mac, in addition to the iPhones and whatnot, which I'll get to tonight. Maybe not. Maybe I'll save that for the Saturday show. At any rate, though, one thing that really drives me crazy about streaming on the iPad is there's no good way for me to share to share the video stream beforehand, to potential people on Twitter. So forgive me, not that you guys can see it, but I actually to this stream right now. I'm on another YouTube channel I have, and I'm stream to Twitter and to social media. So okay, I am live, and okay. Hopefully some of the savages will come in the room here soon. Oh, it looks like we have one viewer. That could be me. For all I know, that could be my other account. Yep, it was. So I'm tweeting this out, and for those of you, oh, I already got a like. So foul ball as near, no, foul balls are for dislikes. I haven't got any of those yet. So wow, one person is watching right now, and I'm putting it in the chat groups. Like I said, we're doing this, a little bit old school tonight with the iPad. Well, not really old school, more like new school, but less complicated. I can't add overlays or play videos or any of the stuff I usually like to do. But, hopefully some more people will get in here. And, okay. I think Chuck should be joining here. Oh, hey Chuck, speaking of, I was just mentioning you. I tweeted this in our group chat, so hopefully more of the people, hopefully more of the savages join in. But anyway, so yeah, I've done Thursday streams for inconsistently on and off for 2 or 3 weeks now. I kind of like it, although I don't really have although I don't really have any topics, lined up. Thursday's show is more of like just a memory dump for me. And if you listen to the audio versions of the Thursday podcast on iTunes, or I guess they're calling Apple Podcasts now, you'll notice I have them listed as like bonus episodes. Bonus episodes being listen to, but if you want to listen to them, you can. Uh, so yeah. Uh, so first off, I guess I kind of just want to address my little intimate YouTube slash podcasting streaming community. Uh, Island Bear is back streaming this week, so if he's watching this, welcome back, Island, I guess. Um, get off my lawn. Well, Jacob, that's Gavin McGinnis's line. So, and I don't need that guy getting. Funny story. I actually mispronounced his name. Um, or no, It wasn't even that I mispronounced his name. I misspelled his name, and I somehow he found out about it. He got pretty pissed and basically flagged my video and got it reported to YouTube and killed my streaming on one of my old channels, which had more subscribers than this one, but I think that one is back up and running, but long story short, this one, the one you're watching now, has more viewers on it, and, back then he was still at Compound Media, and, I think he's doing better now, so, anyway, but yeah, so Island Bear is back this week. Kind of a random segue from Gavin McGinnis, I know, but Island is back this week. I've been podcasting, and well, I've been podcasting forever. I've been video streaming the podcast for like I think the last 4 months now. Really, the last 6. Now that I think about it, all because of Cannabear, who's no longer really in the chats anymore, but he and I text on WhatsApp, and I know he watches these. But anyway, so Island's back. I'm still here. I never left. So if Island's back and I'm here, you know what that means. Neri, come back. Get back on your stream. Yep, if Island Bear is back, then, John Neary, DJ Nee, Mr. Godfrey and Legacy himself, he needs to come back. There's no way we cannot not have John Neary in the streaming community, right? He's going strong. He had like 86 shows and 200 subscribers or something like that. In a little over 6 months. Meanwhile, this channel has been up for, a year, give or take. Really, I've only started using it for 6 months, and I'm still only at 83 subscribers. I was up at 86, but then some people got pissed at me because I disagreed with their leader. And, you know, they didn't want to hear me out. You know, they unsubscribed and whatnot. But it was only like 3 followers, so I'm still 83. And, you know, I'll get this channel up to 100. What I need to do is I need to advertise on like my older channel, you know, which has more followers, that I'm on a new channel. And then hopefully they'll move over here. They wanted to fill you out or up. Yeah, Jacob, that's probably it. Hmm. Well, if it's Brian, if it's Brian Eskew, then yeah, he still wants to fill me up because Brian's secretly gay. Did you catch that? He is secretly gay. What? I did not just say that. Yeah, I did. So, yeah, that's the situation with YouTube, you know, streaming as far as I go. Now let's see. I wonder what would happen if I move this keyboard, moved it over here, and then pulled my whoa, yeah, I know I'm blocking the camera. Okay. Haha. Oh no, the stand almost fell. Hang on while I reposition this. This is why I dislike streaming from my iPad, but when your streaming software goes out, let's see. Best A type of wide. Okay. Jacob, I'm wondering. I know you've been around, but are you a former Unbearable? Or did you pop into the Danger Stream once, and that's how I found you? By the way, Jacob's the only one commenting, so he and Chuck are the only ones I've commented at so far. But I see 5 of you. I know that you guys are in here. Well, yeah, who doesn't like Chuck? Chuck's the man. Oh, Jeff, I'm glad you're here in spirit, and you know. Musical Cynic, you're here. Haven't seen you in a long time, man. I hope you're doing well. Are you still hanging out in Nick DePaulo's with Bunny and all those folks? Yeah, I know who you are, Ludwig. And I also, someone mentioned your real name in a stream once, and I forgot it. But yeah, sorry about your boy Alex Jones basically getting depersoned online too. Um, that's a bummer, but and then I know that eventually Mr. Escued Penis himself will show up in the chat. So and ask me if I'm wearing any pants, which by the way I am. So can't deperson legends. Well then, yeah, that's the truth. Well then, then John Neary is ahead of Alex Jones even in that area then. So, but yeah. Okay, let's see. Some of you people wanted me to cover some stuff, but I got nothing to cover. I was going to bring up though one of the things that I've been getting a lot of feedback on is that I need more guests for the podcast, and I'm working on it. The problem is, well, it's not really a problem. It's it's not really even like a situation, but the way things go, I'm completely independently producing this show currently, meaning that I'm running that usually I'm running the software, hosting, moderate. Well, I have moderators who can moderate the chat, but since I pretty much nod everyone, yeah, more titties, more guests. Yeah, that's that is a good formula, but I haven't even been able to get any Trump babes on. Um, so with that being said, if there is a guest that you would like me to have on, tweet me their handle, and on Twitter or Instagram, or let me know of some way to get in contact with them, and I'll see maybe about reaching out to them. People have been asking me to have been back on the show, and I'd like to do that, but let me kind of explain something with that. So I had Ben Shapiro on. For those of you who don't know, I had Ben Shapiro on my first podcast, the Whitfield Analysis, back in 2012, before, like a month before Obama got reelected. And I back then I was a senior in high school, and Ben Shapiro was still he was Ben Shapiro, but he wasn't he wasn't running the Daily Wire back then. He wasn't really even running his own venture. I interviewed him only like it wasn't even it was the same. I interviewed him the same year Andrew Breitbart died. At that time he was still just a guy writing for Breitbart. So he was still very accessible, and I was able to get a hold of him directly. I didn't have to go through his PR person, whatnot. And I don't think he was as much a target back then as he would be now. So, I'd like to get Ben Shapiro back on, and I might try, but there's no guarantees. Um, but, so I don't, you know, I once had a direct, basically what I'm saying is I did once have a direct line to him, and I'm not sure that that direct line is open anymore, just because Ben Shapiro has essentially become Ben Shapiro in the last few years, if that makes sense. Let's see. Uh, what Ludwig, aka Moral Cynic. Please have hookers on to discuss about decriminalizing prostitution and banning porn. I would think that you were joking, but I also know that you're serious. So, yeah, let's see. Uh, but I'm a good troll, a thumbs up troll, a promotional troll, a buy my things. Well, I mean, that's essentially what I'm doing, with the whole Patreon thing, which, by the way, if you'd like to support the show, patreon.com/Whitfield, or to anchor.fm/Whitfield Report, which is where you can find the audio podcast. In addition, you can click the big button there and, support me for $1, $5, or $10 a month. But now, in regards to what Ludwig was saying about the hooker one, I'm sure. Well, I mean, I suppose I could get him on, but I'm not really sure I should. Especially on, YouTube and whatnot. But if you know my position on prostitution, then I think that, prostitution among consensual adults should be decriminalized. And wow, as soon as I said that, I jumped up to 10 people, and now I'm back down to 9. So yeah, that someone tuned in and then they turned back out. Um, mm, yeah, YouTube's. Anyway, yeah, I wish I had a stable of bitches available for interviews. But, you know, it's just mostly me in front of this thing. Um, let's see. But, the show, in all seriousness, I the show's doing pretty good this year. I started off kind of slow in January and February. Okay. Um, March was my 10-year anniversary, so it was the start of the 10-year anniversary. And after that, the show just kind of grew. That was when I found the Unbearables and the DZ, and, things just took off. And a lot of that is because of Canna. So, musical cynic. Sorry, I've been a lazy fan. No, you're a teacher, so you're not lazy. You're busy. Plus, I mean, you are a bear that plays the piano, which is talented enough. Uh, I'm not so sure how bears hold smartphones in their hands. As long as you're downloading the audio podcast and at least listening to this, you know, that's what that's what matters. And as long as you're getting something out of the streams that you can get stuff out of, that's what matters. I appreciate you being here though. I really appreciate all of you being here, whether you're watching live or in the past, present, future hour. And speaking of the past, present, future hour, I got a chance to watch the Elon Musk uh, podcast, or the Joe Rogan podcast with Elon Musk. I I be I actually sat down and watched the whole 3 hour thing um, yesterday. Uh, Before that, I watched the I watched the Apple keynote, and you know, I'm a bit of an Apple fanboy, so needless to say, I'm excited. But believe it or not, I still have an iPhone 6s Plus, and it's pretty good except for the battery. I've had it for almost 4 years, so it's getting low, and I think hopefully I'll be replacing mine on Christmas. Ordering the new watch at midnight. Yeah, Evil. I need to get a new watch too because I have the original Apple Watch, and apparently the new Watch OS is not going to support the new one. So yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff for Santa this year on my wish list at Apple. Um, I'm also graduating the local, state college where I'm at, and then transferring. So maybe as a graduation present, I'll get like a new iPhone. So let's see. Yeah. You have a two. Eric, the two still supports the Watch OS 5. That's the strange thing. It's only the original that doesn't. Um, so if I nice to hear Elon Musk confirm Alex's prediction that that we're either in a simulation or in a construct of an intelligent. I mean, it does make sense that that's the case. It is a real simulation, though. I mean, I do believe in God, and when I was a kid, I used to play the computer game The Sims. Which is that game where you basically like, create people and control stuff. There's also like SimCity and whatnot. Yeah, I know. The post millennials out there probably don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, back in the day, the Sims and The Sims 2, that was where millennial gaming was at. But anyway, I used to joke with my friends that um, that we were Sims in the eyes of Jesus and in the eyes of God, and that like somewhere up in heaven they were playing The Sims on their computer, which is us. And so yeah, based on that. The one thing that I think really, I mean, there's so much to unpack in that Elon Musk uh, interview. Um, I think I think the thing that was really fascinating was the fact that we could merge with artificial intelligence in the future, and that we probably will. Now, a lot of people are freaked out by that, but I'm not. And, and let me explain why I'm not. That uh, potential concept of being uh, you know, here's I I guess here's why I'm not freaked out by the concept of merging with AI. Um, as someone who has a physical disability and has uh, brain damage to the motor function part of my brain, um, the idea of nanotechnology or artificial intelligence or whatever you want to call it being able to go in and kind of either repair or bridge that part of, you know, whatever is missing in my quote unquote hard drive, so to speak, and to patch that. Um, or not just for me, I'm talking, for anyone having a stroke, who had a stroke or, PTSD from the military or anything like that. Um, I that type of AI, like, I don't necessarily think is bad. I think we've watched so many like science fiction movies like The Terminator or Blade Runner where AI could go horribly wrong, and for all we know it could, but Elon even said in the podcast it could either be really good or it could be really bad. And you know, the other thing though too, I'm taking one of the science courses that I'm taking this semester. It's not on technology, but the professors who is teaching is a smart guy. He's actually, yeah, he's a German. He's a he was saying that he watched the Elon Musk interview, and we were chatting about it, and he said the only thing Elon Musk's theory on artificial intelligence is, he said, humans are creating artificial intelligence. Humans are flawed. We make for the AI will be flawed because they're modeled after humans. Um, I don't know. That could be it too. Long short, I don't think Skynet is going to be happening within our lifetime. Uh, it could, but I doubt. I doubt we're going to see Skynet within our lifetime. I think. I mean, I think now people know enough about artificial intelligence that that might not happen. If it does happen though, Google's Google is going to be the one at fault. But yeah. Also, um, if there ever were a robot apocalypse, out of everyone here, we know that Jolly would be the person most likely to survive a zombie apocalypse. Or no, not just a zombie, but like a robot apocalypse, too. Or at the very least, he would take out a whole bunch of them before getting overtaken himself. So, um, but yeah. There is the Matrix, Sam. Skynet already has this. Yeah, I've got to watch the Matrix. John Wick, though, John Wick is a better movie in my opinion. Just saying. Yeah, it doesn't affect me anymore. Either. But, I'm solid. Oh, you're talking to Jolly. Yeah, Sam, is that judgment based on me cannons? Because I feel like you're calling out me cannons. I'm just calling you out because you're a salty ass pirate, and I mean you're so unpredictable to us in the DZ that I don't even think artificial intelligence could you know, anticipate you or anything like that. So um yeah, John Neary is greater than John Wick 2. So I I I agree with that. Um you know, Owen Benjamin sent a whole bunch of you know, internet assassins after John Neary, and just like in the movie, you know, he killed them all with a pencil, or in Nee's case, with you know, with a basketball. So, you know, drugs and rap music. Yeah, Jolly, I'm the same way. I really I really do not like, but not very much. Um, uh, uh, okay. What when's your hand? Okay, so saying that something is crap, uh, which I don't know what they're meaning by that. This is why if you're on Twitter you need to you know, you need to provide context, but or no, they're saying false. Oh, that had nothing to do with the stream. Yeah. Ignore me when I'm reading Twitter on these live streams. I have no idea what I'm doing. But let's see. But yeah, the Elon Musk interview was fascinating. Um, I think it's very telling of the state of our media, which of course is an aging dinosaur that's dying. I think it's hilarious that, like, out of a 3 hour interview where Elon, you know, said some pretty significant stuff. The the one thing that the media picked up on, the only thing that the media picked up on, was the fact that Elon smoked weed for like 3 seconds, and they were, you know, talking how that was going to tank his stock and all this, like 5 seconds. And you know, like they completely they glossed over the AI part. They glossed over where he, you know, brought up the fact that people are fundamentally good. Um, you know, my, I'm not usually a person to say that, you know, I'm a fan, but I'm definitely a fan of Elon, especially after watching that podcast and more now. Going back to your question all about the fires in Andover, I heard something about that, but I don't really know much about them. Um, it, but I mean, yeah, fires and I mean we have hurricanes in South Carolina now. I know that. People were calling me and wondering if that was going to come over here. I don't think well I think if it was going to come over here, I wouldn't be here right now streaming. I'd be streaming this from a hotel somewhere in Georgia or in another state. So um, that's just the way things go. So but you know we we have natural disasters a couple times a year. Doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It's just, you know, stuff happens. Uh, Nothing really happened in politics this week either. Um, but uh, that's a skit. Elon going shopping at the billionaires weeds club. Oh, what's with the dog plates on the wall, Sammy? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. You usually don't see the view of my ceiling. Okay, so the dog plate on uh I'm a big fan of Labradors. They're my favorite dogs. Um, I don't have one anymore. We don't we don't actually have any dogs right now. Um, but I had a lab when I was a kid, and they're still my favorite dogs. Um, my dad's brother and sister, they were huge fans as well. All of their dogs were labs, and they basically, well, unfortunately, they passed away. I think almost 10 years ago now, actually. He was in the hospital. My stepdad's brother-in-law, and then my stepdad's sister passed away within like 24 hours of her husband. She had a stroke and just died. I mean, no, we all knew that he was sick, but like no one saw her death coming. And long story short, these plates were theirs. They were hanging over a door. So, I wanted them, and now they're above my door. Uh, yep. So yeah, that's the story on that. Let's see. I'm reading through some of the comments. No. Yeah, Labradors are the sweetest sweethearts in the world. Yes, I agree. So, um, and no, Elon didn't inhale. So, but as Joe said, he's either a robot or a being from like another planet. So, do aliens or robots even know how to inhale? That's the question. That's proof of Joe's theory that Elon is just. I'll tell you what Elon is. people are saying on Facebook, "Oh my God, Elon Musk is the real life Batman." No, Elon Musk is Dr. Manhattan from The Watchmen. He basically knows everything about time and space. Later, Dolly, thanks for tuning in. And you know, if you haven't seen Watchmen or read the graphic novel, what are you doing first off? But if you have, you pretty much know what I'm talking about. Elon Musk has a penis. Uh, I mean, I can't confirm nor deny that. Would have to do that job, and to answer that question for us, he's the only one of us in the DZ that could do that, I think. So you know, ask Mr. SQ. Um, and as far as Elon, as Weed Club, he probably could get along with that thing. And uh, uh, let's see. Oh yeah. Well, Jeff is Savage. Level 500. Uh, I agree. But Neri is Savage level 1000. So, and you're all in Sam Savages too. Who is the owl? What do you mean by that? You guys are looking at all this stuff on my shelves. So there's Yoda above my head, up in the corner shelf. There's a cigar box up top, and let's see. Oh, the one who bites the Tootsie Pop. I don't know. Oh, if Elon Musk is Dr. Manhattan, then who would be um, the owl? Good question. Um, that because was also a super genius. Probably Steven Crowder would be the owl from Doctor Manhattan, and you know, and then as far as who the comedian would be, um, I don't I don't know. Obviously, Milo would be would be would be Ozymandias. Okay, that's a no-brainer. Uh, in fact, sometimes I think that Milo's name isn't really Milo, and that he just created that persona, and that he based his whole extravagant gay can sort of shitposting persona off of Ozymandias. Um, so, um, and then as far as the comedian, I don't really know. I suppose Donald Trump, the madman himself, could be the comedian. But then again, well, no, because Trump isn't actually like, the thing with the comedian is he is a hero, but he's also kind of a villain. Um, and the other thing is the comedian thinks he's funny, but he's really like a psychopath. So I don't know, but yeah, let's see. Smartest man on the planet. Uh, you mean in our universe or in the DC universe or in another comic universe? Yeah, let me go back and check the comments. As far as your comment about earlier, he's with the world, then near he disappeared. I feel the same way, Jeff. I feel that pain of DJ and E being gone. There definitely is a vacuum, and it needs to be filled. I'm trying to fill it as best I can. There's nothing. John Neary. There's also a vacuum from the disappearance of Canna too. So, and for those of you wondering, allergies. So that's why I'm scratching my nose. I know what some of you were thinking, and the answer is no. I do live in Florida, but no. Stuff on my nose, so let's see. Whoever the comedian is would get thrown by the. Okay. Okay. Well, I was trying not to go here. Okay, I was trying, but the comedian, it's got to be obvious. Okay, I'll give you a big hint for from the and then someone who thinks he's funny, but is really not, who actually has rage problems, and you know, he's a patriot, uh, you know, just kind of weird. Uh, that ought to narrow it down a bunch for you people. Um, in the real world scenario, Doctor Manhattan doesn't even know who it's Vladimir. No, no, Vladimir Putin. I'm talking about someone who thinks he's relevant but really isn't. Uh, someone we used to know too, or someone we thought we knew. That's another big hint. But yeah, Ludwig. I was talking to guess, but Vladimir, who cannot be named. I mean, he's part of the reason why Neri is gone, too. So, yeah, oh no! Oh, you think that you know who was the guy who shipwrecked the the boat and watch that's actually pretty funny. So, and people who have only watched the movie version of Watchmen have no idea what we're referencing either. So kudos, you actually read the book. So, oh, Harry Potter. Yeah, yep. It is. It is Ludwig. So, uh, Ludwig. Before you came in, I was talking about the need to get more guests in here. I was maybe you weren't here for that. I remember. Anyway, you're a fascinating gent. I don't know if you've done any podcasts, if you have any interest, but if you do, let me know. And you know, we could always go down the rabbit hole in Alex Jones land or something like that. So, or we could talk about music or whatever. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's see. Becomes isolated, loses mind, kills life. Yep. Uh, yeah, you're right. I mean, or I guess we're both right. That is the comedian. So, but anyway, let's see. We do need to get a lady guest too. A lot of way I've been trying. So I did get one of the I did get one of the main babes for Trump um on the podcast, but about like a year ago. Um, but she hasn't been back since then. So I've reached out to her to see if she has responded to me. Like most women, I text. Kidding, partially. Um, Unless you guys have any other topics, though, I don't really have anything. This has just kind of been a fun, you know, dump, verbal dump. I am going to try and get a guest on the podcast for Saturday, just because otherwise I have no idea what I'm going to be talking otherwise, and that's the truth. So, you know, feel free to chime in before then if you have any topic suggestions or any guest ideas. And other than that, I'll see you savages for the big show on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time as usual. And yeah, thank you for tuning in you savages. God, if you meant legacy in that order. Good night. God bless. God save this great nation. And I will see you guys on